Apple TV Plus struck gold with their hilarious and heartfelt comedy, Shrinking, but will the uproarious psychiatrist dramedy get renewed for Season 3? Created for the small screen by Bill Lawrence, Jason Segel, and Brett Goldstein, Shrinking concerns a psychiatrist named Jimmy Segel, who begins to practice unorthodox methods with his clients as he attempts to deal with his own grief. Capturing all the irreverence and wit needed to poke fun at the profession of psychiatry, Shrinking also doesn't skimp on the compelling personal drama that swirls around the lives of the characters. Though the series is funny, it's touching too. Naturally, the debut season of Shrinking scored a slew of award nominations, including Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series at the Emmys. This necessitated a Season 2 renewal, which allowed the writers to flesh out Jimmy's story following the shocking cliffhanger ending of Season 1. Returning to a somewhat normal equilibrium in the sophomore outing, Shrinking has delved even deeper into Jimmy's grieving process, and it's clear that he still has a long road ahead. Though a return isn't assured, Shrinking is the type of series that Apple TV Plus would be remiss not to renew for Season 3. Shrinking Season 3 is not confirmed. Apple TV Plus hasn't ordered more episodes yet. Raymond and Paul meeting for a beer in Shrinking Season 2. Despite being one of the streamer's most critically acclaimed series, Shrinking has yet to be renewed by Apple TV Plus for a third season. This shouldn't be too surprising considering the relative newness of the sophomore outing, and it doesn't mean the show won't be picked up soon. Streaming shows don't follow the same formula as network television, and the metrics used to judge their success are somewhat different. While a network show might ride high on a few weeks of amazing ratings, streaming shows need consistency across the whole season to be considered a success. Since Apple TV Plus utilizes the weekly broadcast format for Shrinking, the real scope of the second season's success won't become evident until all episodes have aired, and it concludes in December 2024. The first season was such a hit for the streamer that Apple TV Plus renewed Shrinking for Season 2 in the same month that the season ended. If things continue to trend in the right direction for the dramedy, Apple might make the same move or even renew it earlier than expected to keep the hype around the series high. Shrinking Season 3 cast details. Expect Paul and Jimmy to return. Though the brilliant writing is the core of the show, the amazing cast of Shrinking has been the brightest aspect of the hit Apple TV Plus original. Continuing his hot streak as a dramatic actor with comedic flair, it's assumed that Jason Segel will return to play grieving therapist, Jimmy Laird, especially since he is so intricately tied to the creation of the show. Joining him will certainly be Harrison Ford's gruff veteran shrink Dr. Paul Rhodes, who has his own Parkinson's diagnosis to deal with. The supporting cast of Shrinking isn't one to be ignored either, and Jessica Williams Gabby should be on hand to continue her work with Jimmy and her clients. Meanwhile, Michael Urie will return as Jimmy's best friend, Brian, while Lukita Maxwell will once again be on hand to play Jimmy's daughter, Alice. Season 2 introduced a slew of high-profile guest stars, and it's assumed that Season 3 could continue that trend, though it's unclear who that would be until more information is available.